Chapter 21. Just then a fox approached. "Good morning," said the fox. "Good morning," the little prince replied politely. However, when he turned around, there was nobody there. "I am here," said the voice, "under an apple tree." "Who are you?" asked the little prince. Then he added, "You are very beautiful." "I am a fox," the fox replied. "Let's play," the little prince offered. "I am so unhappy." "I can't play with you," said the fox. "I am not a tame animal." "Oh, please excuse me," the little prince said. Then he thought and added in a while, "What does tame mean?" "You are not local," said the fox. "What are you looking for?" "I'm looking for people," the little prince said. "What does tame mean?" "People," said the fox. "People have guns when they hunt. It's outrageous. They also like chickens. That is all they are interested in. Are you looking for chickens?" "No," said the little prince. "I'm looking for friends." "What does tame mean?" "It's an action that is often very neglected. It means to create ties." "To create ties?" "Exactly," the fox said. "You are an ordinary boy to me as many other thousands of boys. I don't need you. Consequently, you don't need me. I am just a fox to you as any other thousands of foxes. But if you tame me, we will need each other. In a whole world, you will be unique to me, and I will be unique to you." "I begin to understand," said the little prince. "I know a beautiful flower. I think it has tamed me." "Probably," the fox said. "Anything can happen on Earth." "Oh, it's not on Earth," said the little prince. The fox seemed to be concerned and intrigued. "Is it on another planet?" "Yes." "Are there hunters on that planet?" "No." "Oh, that's interesting. Are there any chickens?" "No. There is no such ideal place," the fox sighed. And he was back to his previous thoughts. "My life is rather monotonous. I hunt chickens. People hunt me. All chickens are identical and all people identical too. As a result, I am a little bored. But if you tame me, it seems to me that in my life, and it will lighten it, I will recognize the sound of your steps, which will be different from all the other sounds. Other people's steps will make me hide under the ground, but yours will tempt me from my hole like music. Look at these fields of wheat. I don't eat bread. Wheat doesn't mean anything to me. Fields of wheat mean nothing to me. It's sad. Your hair is golden. Just imagine how wonderful it would be if you tamed me. The wheat, which is also of golden color, will remind me of you. I will enjoy listening to the wind and the wheat." The fox had been gazing carefully at the little prince for a long time. "Please tame me," it said. "I would really like to," the little prince replied, "but I don't have time. I need to find friends and learn a lot more." "We learn only things that we tame," said the fox. "People don't have time for learning anymore. They buy ready-made things in shops, but there are no shops to sell friends, so people don't have friends. If you want a friend, tame me." "What should I do to tame you?" the little prince asked. "You should be very patient," the fox replied. "At first you will sit some distance from me like now in the grass. I am going to look at you out of the corner of my eye, and you are going to be silent. Words are the source of misunderstanding. Every day you are going to sit closer and closer to me." The little prince came back the next day. "It will be better if you come at the same time," said the fox. "For example, if you come at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I will start looking forward to it at 3 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, I will be worried and impatient. I will show how happy I am. But if you come at a different time, I won't know what time my heart should be prepared to meet you. You should keep a certain order." "What does order mean?" asked the little prince. "It is also an action that is often neglected," said the fox. "The thing that distinguishes one day from another, 1 hour from another. For example, my hunters have some schedule. Every Thursday, they dance with girls from a village, so Thursday is a perfect day for me. I can even reach the grapes. But if hunters danced any time, then every day would be the same to me, and I would never have a holiday." So the little prince tamed the fox. And when it's time to leave, "Ah," said the fox, "I am going to cry." "It is your fault," said the little prince. "I didn't want to hurt you, but you wanted to be tamed." "Yes, that is true," said the fox. "But now you're going to cry?" "Yes, that's true," said the fox. "In this case, it didn't bring you any good." "There is something good in the golden color of the fields of wheat," then he added. "Go and have another look at your roses. You will realize now that your flower is the most unique in a whole world. Then come back and say goodbye to me, and I will reveal a secret to you." The little prince went to look again at the roses. "You are nothing like my rose," he said. "At the moment you are nothing. Nobody has tamed you, and you haven't tamed anyone. You are like my fox when I first met him. He was like any other thousands of foxes. But we became friends, and now he's the most unique fox in the whole world." The roses got very embarrassed. "You are beautiful but empty," he continued. "Nobody will die for you. I am sure any stranger will think that the rose which belongs to me looks the same way as you. On its own, my rose is more important than hundreds of others of roses like you. I watered it, covered with a glass shade, killed caterpillars for it, except those 3 that we left so they could become butterflies. I listened when it was grumbling, boasting, or was silent sometimes. It is my rose." He went back to the fox. "Goodbye," he said. "Goodbye," said the fox. "And here is my secret. It is very simple. You may see the truth only with your heart. Everything that is important can't be seen." "Everything that is important can't be seen," the little prince repeated to memorize it better. "The time that you have spent with your rose makes it so important." "The time that I have spent with the rose," the little prince said to memorize it better. "People have forgotten this truth," said the fox. "You shouldn't forget. We are always responsible for those who we've tamed. You are responsible for your rose." "I am responsible for my rose," the little prince repeated to memorize it better. Chapter 22. "Good morning," said the little prince. "Good morning," said the railway pointsman. "What are you doing here?" the little prince asked. "I board groups of people on trains. Every group consists of 1,000 people," said the railway pointsman, "and then I direct them. One goes to the left, and another goes to the right." Suddenly a brightly lit fast train flew past them with a thunderous rumble, and the railway pointsman's cabin started to shake. "They are in a big rush," said the little prince. "What are they looking for?" "Even the locomotive driver has no idea," the railway pointsman replied. And another brightly lit express train rumbled in the opposite direction. "Are they coming back?" inquired the little prince. "These are different trains," the railway pointsman said. "It's a shift." "They didn't like the place they visited, did they?" said the little prince. "Nobody is ever satisfied with the place where he stays," said the railway pointsman. And they heard the thunderous rumble of the third brightly lit express. "Are they chasing the previous travelers?" the little prince asked. "Nobody is chasing anyone," said the railway pointsman. "They are sleeping in the train, and if they aren't, they are just yawning. Only children are looking out of the windows." "Only children know what they are looking for," said the little prince. "They spend a lot of time with a stuffed doll, and it becomes very important to them. If someone takes it from them, they start crying." "They are lucky," said the railway pointsman. Chapter 23. "Good morning," said the little prince. "Good morning," said the merchant. This merchant was selling pills for the thirst. You needed only to swallow one pill, and you wouldn't feel thirsty for a whole week. "Why are you selling them?" asked the little prince. "Because they save me an incredible lot of time," the merchant said. "According to experts, these pills can save 53 minutes every week." "And what should I do with these 53 minutes?" "Anything you want." "I will prefer to walk to a fresh water source if I have 53 minutes of free time," said the little prince. Chapter 24. It was the 8th day since I had had the plane crash. I drank the last drop of water when I was listening to a story about the businessman. "Your memories are incredibly charming," I said to the little prince, "but I haven't managed to fix my plane yet. I don't have anything to drink anymore. I will be happy if I can find a source of fresh water." "My friend Fox," said the little prince. "My darling, I care not about your friend Fox right now. Why? I will die because of the thirst soon." He didn't understand my grounds and said, "It's good to have a friend even if he dies soon. For example, I am very glad that the fox was my friend." He doesn't understand what danger means, I thought to myself. He has never been hungry or thirsty. He only needs a little bit of sunlight. But he looked at me closely and answered my thoughts. "I want to drink as well. Let's go and look for a spring." I made a helpless gesture with my hands. It was silly to look for a spring at random in the desert, the endless desert. Nevertheless, we started on our way. After we'd been walking in silence for some hours, the night fell and the stars began to appear. Because of the thirst, I was feverish and looked at them as if in a dream. The words of the little prince emerged in my memory. "Do you want to drink as well?" I asked. But he didn't reply to my question. He just said, "Water can be good for the heart." I didn't understand his answer, but said nothing. I knew very well that there was no point in interrogating him. He was very tired, so he sat down. I sat down near him. We had been silent for some time, and then we started talking again. "The stars are beautiful because of the flower that can't be seen." "Yes, that's true." Then without saying a word, I looked at the sand dunes that were spread in front of us, enlightened by the moon. "The desert is beautiful," the little prince added. That was true. I always loved the desert. You just sit at the sand dune. You don't see or hear anything. Something pulses and twinkles through the silence. "The desert is beautiful because it hides a spring somewhere," said the little prince. I was impressed, unexpectedly realizing the reason why the sands were so mysteriously attractive. When I was a little boy, I lived in an old house, and we were told a legend that treasure had been hidden inside. Of course, nobody knew where to find it. Perhaps nobody even looked for it, but it added some magic to the house. My house kept a secret inside it. "Yes," I said to the little prince, "the house, stars, and desert are beautiful because of something that can't be seen." "I am glad that you agree with the fox," said the little prince. When the little prince fell asleep, I took him in my arms and walked further. It seemed to me that I was carrying a very delicate treasure. I even felt as if there was nothing more delicate in a whole world. I looked at the pale brow, enlightened by the moonlight, closed my eyes, locks of hair waving in the breeze, and I said to myself, "What I see now is only a cover. Something that can't be seen is more important." When his lips slightly opened as if half smiling, I said again to myself, "The most touching thing about the little prince when he is asleep is his dedication to the flower, the rose that shines through his essence as a flame even when he is sleeping." And it seemed to me he became even more delicate. I wanted to keep him safe, as if he was that flame which could go out with a slight breeze. And while I was walking, at dawn I came upon a well. Chapter 25. "People board on fast trains," said the little prince, "but they don't know what they are looking for. They toss about, get inspired, and run as much as they can." Then he added, "It is not worth it." The well that we approached didn't look like any other well in the Sahara Desert. Usually wells in this desert were holes dug in the sand. This one looked like a village well, but there wasn't a village anywhere near us. I thought I was dreaming. "That is strange," I said to the little prince. "Everything is ready to be used, a pulley, a bucket, and a rope." He laughed, and then he touched the rope and twisted the pulley's handle that started to groan like an old weathercock, forgotten by the wind a long time ago. "Have you heard?" said the little prince. "We woke up the well, and it is singing." I didn't want him to take the trouble of pulling the rope. "Leave it. I will pull the bucket out," I said. "It's too heavy for you." I slowly pulled the bucket out and put it on the edge of the well. I was tired but happy with my achievements. The well's song was still ringing in my ears, and I watched sunbeams glancing in the wobbling water. "I really want to drink this water," said the little prince. "Let me drink it." I understood what he wanted. I put the bucket to his lips. He started drinking, and his eyes closed. It was so sweet, like a delicacy. This water, in truth, was different. The walk under the stars, pulley's song, and pains in my arms made it so sweet. It was priceless, like a gift. When I was little, the presents that I received were inimitable due to the atmosphere they were given in. The Christmas tree decorated with lights, the music that lasted the whole night, loving and smiling faces. "The people where you live," said the little prince, "grow 5,000 roses in one garden, but they can't find what they are looking for." "They can't," I replied. "Yet they can find whatever they look for in one rose or a drop of water." "Yes, that's true," I said. And the little prince added, "Eyes are blind. One should look with his heart." I drank some water. It was easy to breathe. The sand was the color of honey under the rising sun, and it made me happy. Why did I feel a bitter taste then? You should keep your promise, the little prince said softly, and he sat by my side again. What promise? You know, the rope for the lamb. I am responsible for this flower. I took my shabby pictures out of my pocket. The little prince looked at them and started laughing. Your baobabs look a little bit like a cabbage. Oh, I was so proud of my baobabs. And your fox's ears look like horns. They are too long. And he laughed again. It is not fair, little prince, I said. I can't draw anything except the boa constrictors inside and outside. Everything will be okay, he said. Children will understand. And using a pencil, I drew a rope. My heart was breaking at the moment when I gave him the picture. You have plans that I don't know anything about, I said. But he didn't answer. Instead, he said, You know, tomorrow will be an anniversary of my arriving on Earth. He was silent for a while, and then he continued, I landed not far from here. And he blushed. Again, without any reason, I felt a bitter taste. However, I had a question. So I didn't meet you by accident that morning a week ago when you were walking thousands of miles from any civilization. Were you coming back to the place where you had landed? The little prince reddened again and added a bit doubtfully, It is possibly connected with the anniversary. The little prince blushed again. He had never replied to the questions, but doesn't it mean yes when a person reddens? Ah, I told him, I am worried a little. But he interrupted me. Now you need to work. Fix your engine. I'm going to wait for you here. Come tomorrow in the evening. But it didn't convince me. I remembered the fox. We risk crying when we allow ourselves to be tamed.